Hey guys, Ralph here. Welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this terrific Tuesday here in Connecticut. Life's good, guys. Life's good. We're still back to basics, man. We're still back to basics. Guys, true power is about nothing more than some basic principles. You do them and you got it. All right? With that said, you saw the thumbnail. 3 hours in the happy zone. Now, I've gone through a stretch where I really, very rarely got some really good practice in. Usually it's just not too much to it. Don't have much to do today. So at 3 hours, I just stayed in the happy zone. Played the characteristic studies over and over and over. Did a lot of kettlebell. The happy zone, baby. Let's see what we got. Okay? What can I say? It's 3 hours later, babe, and that double C is just killing. Hellacious double C's in Arbin. 3 hours later, the technique got a little stuck in the mud. But that's what we're about, warts and all. Guys, the happy zone. Sorry, guys. A little jump cut there. You may have noticed it or not. Hopefully you didn't. But I'm telling you about it anyway. I'm telling you guys, warts and all. Warts and all here at True Power. Anyway, I got a phone call I had to take. So here we are, 3 hours in the happy zone. Guys, relax the corner. The happy zone is this, and it's different for anybody. Now that, I forced myself for 3 hours to literally not go above a high C. So 3 hours later, I was just shedding the characteristic studies, some multiple tonguing, some kettlebells, some SFE, PNF. 3 hours, man. First of all, I feel tremendous. My body feels tremendous. All I'm drinking is juice. Okay, that's all I've had to eat all day. Anyway, it's for the other channel. And believe it or not, as I said before, Jerry did not necessarily, and myself, did not necessarily teach high notes. The high notes were a product of proper trumpet playing. Tone, power, and endurance in the middle register. And he didn't care how high you could play. And I can't either. Guys, if it's not pumping in the middle register, it's worthless. It's worthless. A friend of mine sent me a video from somebody on the YouTube channel. And guys, it was a high school level talent that has figured out a way to play high notes. But guys, it's worthless. It wouldn't fit in the Chicago Symphony. It wouldn't fit with Maynard's band. It doesn't fit anywhere other than to do a YouTube channel. And God bless him. I don't care. I don't care. I honestly and truly don't care. All I'm saying is that is not what we're after here at True Power. Okay? But the way to keep the corners relaxed, the way to keep the tongue where it's supposed to be, the way to keep yourself from overblowing, you must stay in the happy zone. Now that happy zone is different for everybody else. And I told you, and I got sidetracked a little bit. I basically did not go above a high C for 3 hours. Normally, as you know, first notes of the day, and I start a rip C, I'm great, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if the double C was there or not. Okay? Probably was. My chops feel tremendous. They have the last several bit. And we'll get to that in another video. But anyway, guys, you must stay in your happy zone. Okay? And I don't care if that's a low C to a middle C. If you can play that correctly, then you do your scales, you do your Clark studies in that, and that is where you must stay. Guys, trying to play, okay, let's just say, okay, that was an exaggeration, prove a point. Let's just say it's low C to high C, okay? The D is strained, the D above high C is strained, and anything below low C is foggy, it shakes. You can't articulate. All right? Very, very common occurrence. Okay? I'm going to say that's about 75% of my students. That's where they start. Guys, from there, if you stay there, if you play your characteristic studies, if you play your Clark studies, if you play it and keep on the notes popping, and you do your kettlebell, and there's plenty of rest, and you're spit buzzing, guys, it will get better. 3 hours later, if you've been stopping, when it starts to break, you spit buzz, you do a little kettlebell, you come back. If you do that, I guarantee you, after 3 hours, your D will come right out that you couldn't do 3 hours ago, and the below low C will sing like Vacchiano on a, well, Vacchiano didn't have a low, great low register, but it will expand both ways. Upwards is down as far as down as well as lowers. Now, guys, it is very, very important, and I've talked about the value of low notes. That is part of your range too. And guys, double C's, and you can't play below a low C, something's wrong. That doesn't mean you don't sound well, but that means something is not where it's supposed to be. And I told you, when I met Maurice Andre, Jerry and I went up to Carnegie Hall to check out his rehearsal. He was moaning and groaning about his chops, and that he didn't have the low big instrument for him that was a C trumpet. He could never practice it. He could never practice his lower register, and his chops were not completely right. Now this is Maurice, okay? So his chops not being completely right, you know, compared to the rest of us, we kill to have those chops. But guys, the low register is important. Now, what did he do for years and years and years in the Paris Conservatory? His happy zone was the C trumpet, okay? And his C trumpet for the longest time was an Auberton C trumpet. Little pea shooter, very, very small, with a Bach mouthpiece, and he would play the characteristic studies over and over and over. Guys, that's where I got this routine. From Vacchiano, Salomone. He pointed to the first characteristic study. Salomone. You can play that? What can't you play? You can play anything. That's what Maurice did. That's all he did. And guys, that's basically all I do now. Now, I take it a step farther. If you can play the Auberton characteristic studies up an octave, which I fool around with, miss notes, but you get the idea. Guys, you can be a superstar. You'll have the chops to be a superstar. And you don't need above a double C. You just don't. But guys, that's it. Stay in your happy zone. Relax the corners. Thicken the tongue. The more you can stay in the happy zone, the more you're going to relax your corners. The more you relax your corners, the thicker your tongue is going to get and more firm. Spin buzz. Do some kettlebell. That's a recipe for success, guys. All right? All right. Eat and drink fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power. Not the fake stuff, true power. Love you all.